Chapter 5, Dream Sequence. Safe to say, the locked talisman didn't work. The same night, I was venturing into the far and the deep of slumber again, young Don Quixote, on foot and without the support of my most loyal sidekick, Sancho Panza, on my endless mission into the dream realm, like Dante on a journey through countless circles of sleepless hell, looking for my one and only Beatrice. Maybe I should cut it out with reading right before going to bed, putting all those literary thoughts in my head before nodding off, which itself became a mission impossible for me lately. But once I'm in, I'm all the way in. Last night, I had to live through a mesmerizing chain of dreams that wrecked me emotionally and took a toll on me physically. From crossing great lengths and saving some dames. Just kidding. I can't even save me from myself, let alone save the day or someone else. My dreams went from realistic ones to more fantasy-like as they progressed, while I continued with my dream hopping. I arrived at some sort of a training camp. Everyone there was a fighter. I got a locker where I placed the little amount of belongings I had on me. All the participants were gathered and the tournament was about to begin. Turns out, the only way to progress through the competition was by killing your opponent. Some sort of Bloodsport/Mortal Kombat type of scenario. It was a battle royale, and it seemed as if I didn't have the option to run off, as I had already signed my life away to participate in this contest of strength that I didn't possess. I saw a couple of matches, which resulted in 2 casualties for the defeated, before my name was called and I stepped onto the ring, wearing a black sleeveless kimono for some reason. It was dark and the ring was lit by the torches lining its edges. It was on an elevated platform with a flight of steps leading up to it, like a flat peak of the miniature pyramid. I remember huge mountain rocks surrounding us, and a luminous lightning striking in the distance. I had a feeling inside me that I wasn't there for just no reason, as if I was fighting to free the love of my life in her name. How chivalrous of me. The match began. I don't remember much about my opponent's appearance, but that he was at least twice my size. I got a few punches in, but then was hit with a reverse turning kick to my face that knocked me to the ground, and a split second before a following stomp kick was about to crush my skull. I woke up. When I come to my senses again, I'm backstage at the amphitheater. My vision is black and white, grayscale, except for the prominently red curtains above the stage. A large group of strangers, clad in the identical uniform, start pouring into the auditorium through all of the open doors. It seems as if some secret meeting is about to take place. I hide backstage, between the props and backdrop designs. A demagogue takes the stage and starts addressing the uniformed crowd. The language that is being spoken sounds foreign to me, so foreign that it doesn't even appear human, a mixture of strange audible sonics. Accidentally, I knock down a prop, and the whole attendance realizes that someone is eavesdropping on their private meeting. Everyone gets angry, starts shouting, and bum rushes the backstage. I run into an opening, which leads to a staircase, hastily locking the door behind me as the angry mob reaches it and starts banging on the only layer that divides me from them, separating myself from being torn to pieces. A spiral staircase is leading me downwards. No matter how long I keep on running, I can't get far away from that door. It seems as if I'm only running in circles, making no progress in my descent. There is no end to these steps. It's a trap, an optical illusion. It can't end here, not like this. I need to get out. She's out there, waiting for me. But the angry uniforms are about to break in any second. Flustered, I keep running until one misstep and I tumble down the stairs. I wake up and I'm on the mountain. The sun is high up and beaming all around. It's hot and humid, and the few trees that are scattered around don't provide much help with blocking the sun's generous heat. No shade for the wicked. I'm on the move, a spy running away after acquiring some intel from an organization. Some precious info I've stolen from their secret compound. Someone is chasing me. The hitmen that are on my tail are trying their best to not let me get away, to not let me get off this mountain alive. While I'm setting up booby traps along the way to liquidate my pursuers, all the survival skills I possess help me to keep going. I'm holding the key evidence files which can ruin their enterprise. Almost Rambo/Predator style. A hunt in those sparse mountain woods. Have to go for a kill with a knife. Anything to stay alive. Anything to get back to her. Waiting on my safe return. While on foot, there's an obstacle course that I have to beat to progress further down. Don't ask me why. They close up on me and start shooting. The bullets miss. I get on a dirt bike, left by a tree, and try to make an escape. They are catching up on their jeeps and four-wheelers. Daringly, I ride along the edge of the cliff, and all of a sudden, a big rock breaks off from under me, and I fall. I'm in the city. The time is noon. There's a war veteran parade going on. Loud ceremonious music is blaring from the speakers in the streets, and I find myself lost in a large crowd. Flowers are everywhere. I'm looking at a tower with a clock close by and get overwhelmed by the awareness of being late. I was supposed to meet up with her at noon sharp. I try to run, but get slowed down by the marching flood of attendants. Colorful confetti and strings are flying everywhere. I keep banging into someone and can't seem to get out of this massive river of people that carries me into the opposite direction. I start climbing on individuals, jumping from shoulder to shoulder, and barely make it out onto the sidewalk, lined with the trimmed and primed, pristine bushes, ready for this Memorial Day holiday. I'm already hours late. Is she still waiting for me? I hear a loud bang that makes me look up towards the source of this ominous sound. The tower is falling down fast, the breeze flying in my direction. The clock's gigantic face is speeding towards me. I'm in my elementary school. It's dark out, way past the school hours. The building feels empty, looks the exact way I remember it, only smaller in size. I go down the hallways, go up the stairs, venture in and out of classrooms, but seem to find nothing and no one. She's not here. I go towards the main entrance, and the light seems to get dimmer and dimmer. I see her on the other side of the glass doors. I pull a push on them to open, but they don't budge. They are locked. I can feel a presence behind her, something staring at her, glaring from the darkness. I'm frantic, trying to scream and warn her, but no noise seems to escape my mouth, no matter how hard I try. And also, multiple layers of the doors between us that I'm continuously banging my fists on don't help either. She's cluelessly staring back at me, charming as ever, and before the shadow can envelop her whole, the lights go off inside the school. Now I'm standing by the light pole on an empty street by some tall apartment building. The trees are swaying in the wind. There is not a soul outside. She emerges from the pitch black underpass tunnel, beautiful as ever. Under the little light, the moon shines our way. Walking up the stairs, moving in my direction, but somehow being unable to shorten the distance. I can't move a muscle myself, glued to that street light I'm leaning on. So I start telling her about the future plans, about running away, going out partying to celebrate, but she can't hear me. She's still way too far. We are freezing to the bone, wrapped up in a bunch of blankets and duvets, sitting in an empty old dilapidated house next to an ancient furnace, trying our best to warm up. Outside, there is nothing but the sticks. We find ourselves stuck in some remote and abandoned hut in the back country. We are touching each other's skin, fingertips connecting for reassurance, to confirm it's real, that we are truly here, that there is still hope. But suddenly, we hear intrusive banging on the creaky wooden door. The intensity increases and the disruptive sound is getting louder and louder. Someone on the other side of the door starts kicking it down until it breaks off the hinges and goes flying. We're on the train, shabby and old, almost wooden. The train is slowly creeping down the tracks, but one look out of the window, there is water everywhere around us. The tracks are going through the middle of a sunken town. Only roofs of the buildings are peeking out from underwater some distance away from us. I can spot a clock tower and a church's steeple. Everything's in a shade of green, mostly dark colors, starting in green and ending right before reaching blue, are seen in this drowning town. It's only two of us in the train car, no other passengers. I'm holding her in an embrace, hoping to never let go. I can't remember her features, but I'm certain that she's the woman of the most splendid beauty I've ever laid my eyes on or dreamed of. I can feel the tears escaping my eyes and falling, raining down to join the water masses imposed presence in this abandoned city. I don't know how to correctly describe the feeling that is bursting out of me. On one hand, I'm elated to finally be embracing the love of my life, but on the other, I'm feeling sad, as if nothing lasts forever and something could happen that would instigate her being taken away from me. She dries my tears. Our lips are moving towards each other to join in the eternal kiss. But before they could connect, I'm in a dark place, inching my way forth through a tight space. The surfaces surrounding me, from what I could tell in complete darkness, appear to be mossy and damp, like I'm in some sort of a cave. Claustrophobia starts taking hold of me, pressure pushing down on my skull. Some other force outside of the cramped space I find myself in. My brain feels hot and heavy, like a mush of raw, uncooked meat left in the sun to dry and decompose. Still, I keep on moving, hoping for an opening, an escape from this wet tomb. Half crouched, unable to straighten my back, I keep it up until one step forward, and I realize there is nothing underneath where I've placed my foot. Startled by that unfortunate discovery, I tumble forward and fall into the abyss. The end seems near. My heart's in my throat, awaiting to hit the ground any second. Yet I keep on falling and falling and falling, losing the sense of gravity, sense of direction, sense of up and down, just feeling the descent in my stomach and the wind pressure on my skin, brushing my sides in a non-gentle manner. A loud demonic voice announces something in a commanding tone, or from afar, from beyond the abyss I'm traversing. Those words travel great lengths. By the time they reach me, I can't seem to decipher the message, but my heart tells me it's something along the lines of, the end is near. Nevertheless, I just keep falling. Where am I? A feeling of something crawling on my skin, or underneath it. Something's moving within me. The odious voice is still lingering in the back of my mind. What is that breathing on the back of my neck? I'm scared to look. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist, right? Dreading to move, apprehensive about the truth. I pull myself together and turn around. There is nothing there. I don't see anything. I can't see anything, no matter how hard I strain my eyes. They're ringing in my ears, as if I'm wearing earplugs, blocking that sound from escaping my head. Like a seashell, the air is vibrating inside me, creating pensive frequencies that don't want to let me be, refusing to leave me alone. My own skin feels strange, unfamiliar, like a wool coat being worn on top of a naked body. It feels uncomfortable. The fuzz of its texture causes scratching and itching. Makes me want to take it all off, tear it clean, do anything to have this discomfort stop. I hear a phone ring. The rings continue as no one picks it up, reverberating and echoing all around me. I hear Ronnie's voice come on the phone speaker as soon as the voicemail starts recording her message. Why is Ronnie, of all people, calling me right here, right now? The phone alarm wakes me up. I'm drained, emotionally hollow, living all those lives in a span of a single night. How do you go about your regular day afterwards, as if nothing's happened? How do you even pretend to care about all minuscule and basic daily routine activities when you have run the whole gamut of emotions, when the stakes are so astronomically high in those dreams? It's terrifying, and yet I feel more alive when I'm asleep.
Dream Parade.